Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. As one of the co-sponsors of this debate, I'd like to thank the Backbench Business Committee for scheduling this important debate. And I'd also like to thank the Health Secretary of State and the Shadow Health Secretary for their attendance in the Chamber, which shows the significance and the importance of this issue. One of my first speeches, Madam Deputy Speaker, as a Member of Parliament for Colne Valley came on the 14th of October 2010 in a Backbench Business Committee debate on the subject of contaminated blood. 4 years and a few months on, we are still asking for a similar conclusion to this scandalous saga, for the Penrose inquiry to be published, for the Trust offering financial assistance to operate in a fairer and more transparent way, and to get a final settlement and an apology to the infected community from the government of the day. In 2010, 1,800 of the 4,800 people infected with hepatitis C had died, and of the 1,243 people who had contracted HIV, only 345 remained at that time. Today, the number for survivors has fallen even further, and with each month of delay, more of the infected community will not live to see any closure to this scandal. The date for the publication for the Penrose report is due to be announced shortly, and as the report covers pre-devolution Scotland's NHS, the report will have implications across the United Kingdom upon its publication, and I implore the Government to respond positively to its findings. In addition, my right honourable friend for North East Bedfordshire has been working tirelessly with Number 10 on behalf of the affected constituents to try and get final settlement. I would like to praise my right honourable friend for this work, and as the motion suggests, I praise and welcome the Prime Minister's commitment to look into this situation, which for too long has been ignored by administrations. Now, as Penrose is imminent and discussions on a final settlement are underway, the All Party Group for Haemophilia and Contaminated Blood, of which I am co-chair with the Honourable Member for Hull North, set up a survey with the infected community to ask how they felt about the current financial arrangements organised through the Skipton Fund, the McFarland and Eileen Trust and the Caxton Foundation. The survey received 961 responses, the majority of whom were unhappy with the current arrangements. I too would like to thank Tom Stevens, my honourable friend for Stratford-upon-Avon for his cooperation, and of course Liz and Help with the Haemophilia Society for their help with compiling this important report. Madam Deputy Speaker, it's the human stories from the infected community that are the most poignant. The survey responses contain hundreds of pages of heartfelt responses from those who have faced hardship and tragedy due to their illnesses. A woman from my local area asked for me to relay her story to the Health Minister. Melanie was infected whilst a child undergoing surgery. Her parents received the terrible news that she was HIV positive when she was just 8 years old. Now 36, Melanie has been unable to fulfil her aspiration of becoming a paediatric nurse or a play specialist. Instead, she must rely on government support and assistance from the Eileen Trust. She wants what many in the infected community desire: final closure to the contaminated blood scandal, so that they can live the rest of their lives in dignity and without having to beg for each bit of support. And it's her and others I am thinking of today. Another constituent who wished to remain anonymous described the 30 years of hopelessness, pain and medication which followed his infection with HIV, hepatitis B and C, along with blood-containing variant CJD when he was just 12 years old. Not only has this severely limited what he could achieve in adulthood in terms of a career and a family, he describes the stigma surrounding the diseases and the fear of discovery by those ignorant of the circumstances involved in the initial infection. The all-party report from the survey makes a number of recommendations to improve conditions, and I really hope the Health Minister will respond positively to those recommendations so that we can move forward on those side of things, which is really, really important. And finally, while this administration has been open to improving the situation for those infected with contaminated blood. What the community, what those people who have been infected really need is a final solution. The Prime Minister has shown great courage and great strength in apologising to the victims of Hillsborough and Bloody Sunday, but he could also now take the lead on this and apologise on behalf of the nation to those that were infected by contaminated blood. With the work of other backbench members, the publication of this all-party group report, and with Penrose imminent, there will be no better time for the government to commit to improving the conditions of those infected. We have waited long enough, Madam Deputy Speaker.
Order.